Hey everybody, I wanted to share with you a lesson that I learned a few months ago in regards to God's blessings. This lesson came from owning and selling a business my husband and I started in January 2020. My husband and I started a farm called Acre Farm. At the time, we had bought a property in a downtown area, and we were on a third of an acre, but it was also the third property that we had farmed at. So it was kind of a play on words slash a play on our history of farming with doing Third Acre Farm. So my husband and I started this farm, and it was actually a microgreens farm. And if you don't know what microgreens are, that's a whole other lesson that I would have to share. So you might want to Google that instead of me going on for 2 hours about what microgreens are. But so my husband and I grew this business starting in January of 2020. And of course, everybody knows that in March of 2020, all the COVID craziness happened. And when that happened, my husband and I were really nervous because we just started this business and then COVID hit. And so we weren't sure how that was going to affect our business. Well, little did we know that that was going to play zero factor in our business at all. Our business actually grew exponentially from January 2020 to January 2021. And we were selling to restaurants, we were selling to health food stores, we were selling to individuals, we were selling to co-ops. It was an incredible blessing. My husband was the farmer, I was the marketer. And so we really had a good tag team at the business. But one of the things that was going on with me was that I had this big vision for the business. I had this big vision of selling at a whole bunch of different restaurants outside of what we already did, to different co-ops and things like that. But I was working at the time a 40-hour plus job a week anyways, so I was really limited on how much marketing I could do outside of social media. And then JT, he was building his business, but he's also helping take care of the kids and everything else. So our time was kind of limited. Plus, he was renovating our house. And so he kind of had a bit of a different vision for me than me. He saw the business as something that would help pay for the renovations on our house so that we could sell our house and then get up here to Oklahoma. Whereas I was kind of more sky's the limit personality towards the business. But come January of 2021, we knew at that point that we were selling our house, we were moving, we were leaving, we were going to be going to Oklahoma. So a lot changed from January 2020 to January 2021. And obviously my husband had the more clear vision than I did. So we ended up selling the business, selling our house, and then, the rest is history, moving here to Oklahoma. But after we sold the business to a dear friend of mine, and she's doing wonderful with it. She's having a lot of success, and a lot of the things that I wanted to do, she's able to do, and I'm so happy for her. But it was literally the first week after we sold the business to her, all these things that I had been working for or trying to work towards or preparing for, it started happening for her. Literally, I'm not even joking. The week after we sold the business, all this stuff started happening for her. And I was thrilled for her. I was so excited because both my husband and I were nervous about selling the business because it's always kind of nerve-wracking to sell a business because you don't know how many of your customers are going to stay on. Are they going to stay on only because they like the microgreens, or are they going to staying and buying because they liked you? So we were really nervous for her, but she was being super successful, and we were so happy. But at the same time, I had the feeling of, God, why not us? Like, why couldn't we have had all these things happen just a little bit sooner? And then, we would have had, I guess, more income coming in and things like that with the business. And he basically reminded me that sometimes the blessings that you're praying for, someone's praying for harder. And that he basically told me that this is not your blessing to have. And so it kind of gave me a gut check at that moment, like, wow, Sarah, take yourself out of it, stop being self-centered. And I had to really think about what my friend wanted for a business. She had been praying for a while for a business that she could work from home, that did not require a computer or being on the phone a lot because she was homeschooling her 4 young children, and that it was something that she would enjoy doing and potentially be able to include her children in it too as part of like the learning process for them. And so the business we had created fit perfectly into what she was looking into. She was already involved in a lot of agricultural associations in our county and things like that. So and she was a personal chef, so this just made a lot of sense for her to have a business like this. So I thought about it, and I realized that the business, Third Acre Farm, was a huge blessing for us in the season that we needed it. It was, it allowed us to do the renovations that we needed to have done, and then we were able to sell our house for way more than what we bought it for. And then for her, it was the blessing in the season that she needed it, having some additional income and things like that for her family. So it's one of those things that I realized that it was a blessing when we needed it. It's a blessing now that she has it for herself and her family, and that sometimes blessings are just a season. Sometimes it's not meant to be a long-term thing. My husband and I can start up another microgreens business if we want to. That's not something that my husband's really interested in doing as of right now, but it was something that helped us grow a lot and learn a ton about farming. And then of course, like I said, helping with the renovations. But it was definitely one of those gut check moments where I realized that blessings sometimes do come in just a season, and that's the season that they were meant for, and then sometimes they're meant to be put into somebody else's life and in their season. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's something that's been really strong on my heart for a long time now, with sharing that, because I mean, I'm not perfect, I'm human. I had that kind of like jealous moment almost, and I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, it is what it is, and I definitely learned a major lesson out of it, and I'm really happy that God showed me that blessings are in a season, and that I need to be thankful for them when they're there, and then I need to remain thankful that the blessing is continuing for someone else and not wondering why not me. All right, guys, well, I hope you had a great day. Bye.